Urban Rhino tutorials. On this tutorial I want to show you how to correct skin tone. I have a picture here of my two girls, and while the skin tone looks pretty good, it can look better. Sometimes you'll have a picture and the photo looks very muddy. So for instance, I had one here. On this particular picture, it's kind of muted. It's not very vibrant, and it just needs to stand out more. Sometimes if you are editing a picture of here's another one. I've just started editing that one. That one's kind of yellowy orange, so that would need to be corrected. Sometimes if you are editing pictures of babies, they will have very red splotchy skin. Sometimes they have jaundice, so you have to correct that. But I'm going to show you just kind of a basic correction. Like I said, their skin tone is pretty good already, especially Olivia's. But I just want to show you how it can be improved. So I have here my Photoshop tools pulled up, my actions. So this one here, our Urban Rhino Photoshop actions. This collection is the Live and Viv Retouch collection that I love. And all of the tools will make your life much easier when you are editing faces. Sharpening eyes, smoothing the skin, the hair, whitening teeth, making your eyes pop, all of that stuff. So if you scroll down within the collection down to the skin, you would see these. I have 3 smoothing brushes on there, some skin tone brushes, as well as ones to correct different colors. So if if the skin is kind of purple, or if it looks like it has a green tone, if you want to add blush to the cheeks, all of that is here. So I'm going to try a couple different ones and show you the difference. So we'll start with the Blushing Beauty. You just push play. It's going to come up with this little dialog box saying, hey, this is what you do. But essentially you would just brush it on. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Brush it onto their skin. And yes, that is way too pink. Sometimes you need to add more pink, sometimes not so much. I'm just going to show you on a few areas here. And obviously I'm getting out of the lines, that's fine. When you get around a hairline, when you're correcting skin tone, you want to lower your opacity of your brush and brush it on lightly so it blends into the hairline. The same with kind of around the ears. But when I lower the opacity of that layer, I don't mind that color added to Vivian. It's too pink on Olivia there. But you can see before and after, before, after. Like I said, it really doesn't look bad adding a little bit of that pink on her. So let me go into the next one. And without using our Photoshop actions, another way that you could correct skin tone is by creating not a layer mask, hold on here, a selective color layer. So if you click on that, select the colors that you want to minimize. So if you want to get rid of, the red in a face or whatever, you can adjust that. So like their faces, in my opinion, by taking out a little bit of the yellow, that looks a little better. And then you can brush it, use this layer mask that's created and brush it off of anything that you don't want it to affect. So obviously her shirt is going to be affected quite a bit. So that is just another option if you don't choose to use the actions. So Fresh as a Daisy. And that one is going to just make it, let me up the opacity. I like to do it full on at first and then delete it or lower the opacity after. So this one just kind of brightens it, and like it says, makes the skin look nice and fresh. If you click the backwards slash button on your keyboard, you can see, the areas that you've hit there. So that will help you determine, make sure that you haven't missed anything. So I usually go just straight over everything on their face, avoiding their lips and their actual eyes, but I go over their eyebrows even. And then again, lower the opacity around the hairline. I'm just going to show you how this looks quickly here. So it doesn't look like I've made much of a change, but when I go to turn off that layer, you can see that's before and that's after, before, after. So it just kind of brightens up the face. And this is a case of where I like it more on Olivia's than I do on hers. You know, even though they're sisters, their skin tone is slightly different, especially in this particular picture. Hers looks a little more yellow and hers has more of a red to it. So I would correct them separately. Okay, so I'm going to delete out that layer. I'm going to show you one more here. The Peachy Keen, which is the one that I tend to use the most. I feel like it gives... Yeah, see, I like that a lot on her. I feel like it gives the most natural color for a kid. And by the once I get done doing the skin tone, and correct the eyes, so make those pop and so on. I usually go back and smooth the skin. Do any other editing, so like if there are any little marks on their skin that I want to clear up, I would get rid of those with the spot healing brush or the clone stamp and clear up those types of things. So that's kind of the process. So I usually do the skin tone, I smooth the skin, and then I do some dodge and burn to bring out the highlights and shadows. Let's see here. So you can see I always feel like, okay, I got it all, and then I missed a whole bunch. But you definitely want to avoid their lips and their eyes. Last thing you want to do is change their eye color when you're not meaning to. If you happen to hit their eyes accidentally, just bring up your black brush and brush it back off of those. Okay, so I'm not going to waste all of your time making you watch this, but whoops. All right, you get the general idea there. I've missed a little around her eyes. So again, while their skin tone looked good before, now it's one of those things, it's like you can't unsee it. Once I always take these photos and I think, oh my gosh, that looks so good, I can't even imagine it looking better. And then I edit it, and then when I look back at the original, I'm like, ooh, that's not near as good as what it could have been. So this is before, and this is after. So you can see it just makes them more vibrant. The color is richer. It's not as gray or muddy looking. And again, before I did that, in my opinion, the skin tone looked pretty good. But now you can see it looks much better. Once I fix their, or make their eyes pop, smooth their skin, clear up their skin, fix any of this, this kind of crazy hair going on here, and edit it, continue the rest of it, you'll be able to see how much that skin tone makes a difference. So that is it for this tutorial. Hope that helped you guys, and I'll include a link in the comments to where you can purchase this set of actions if you are interested. Thanks for watching, guys. sure you stay connected with Urban Rhino on social media. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, comment below, and of course, subscribe to our channel.